What's the most annoying thing about having a hot dog? Have you ever had a dog that was really pushy about wanting you to pet them, but you don't really want to at the moment? It's like that. Me, defusing a bomb my wiener, I wanna have a wank. Oh dear, I have found the perfect description for this. Jesus, that's too accurate. Oh, and add the fact that it's embarrassing if people see it outside. The bit of pee that gets stuck in the tubes and comes out when you put it back in your pants. Gotta treat your dick like a tube of toothpaste that's almost out. It'll always remember a bit I read in Stephen King's Desperation when a man pees on the side of a desert road and had the same problem. No matter how much you shake and dance, the last 2 drops go in your pants. Sometimes when I piss the stream forks and now I'm hitting the toilet in my leg, or sometimes it goes on either side of the toilet, but not in it. So when I was in 8th grade, I beat off with shampoo in my bed, and then passed out. The next day at junior high, my piss looked like a horizontal fountain. I started crying and went to the school nurse, and then the real doctor at the hospital. He peeled the dry shampoo off my dickhead. F. And X200B. Edit. My mom is my best friend, and tomorrow is Mother's Day. She's gonna crack up to this. Since she's the one that brought me to the doctor, show your mom love while you still have her. 3KKW. Or when you're sitting down to piss, and the pen 15 decides to check out the view, and you end up pissing your pants. Trying to pee with morning wood, and you need to stand like the Leaning Tower of Pisser. Leaning Tower of Piss. Am I the only one who doesn't get morning wood anymore at all? Is this normal? Edit. Getting a full body checkup with my insurance provider next thing tomorrow. Guys, take care of your body. Pro tip, do some squats or anything that involves exercising a major muscle group. That blood gets rerouted pretty quickly. When you have to do that awkward shuffle to fix its position. Extra wide step. Ah yes. The ball dance. The unsticky. The wide step. The sumo squat. The all leg shake. Not being sure what direction the first few drops of pee will take. I hate it when I go to take a piss and the stream just starts off going down and backwards. Like, how is that even possible? I've just deemed it easier to sit down to pee. Not being circumcised, I once didn't pull the stuff back, and I guess it was a bit sticky from, oh I dunno, masturbation or something. And I began to pee, and it became kinda like a balloon, not super big or something. But it was kinda scary there for a second. And X200B. Edit. Interesting how people seem to kinda take this personally, and seem to feel the need to defend not being circumcised. Of course this happened, because I was kinda filthy that day, but it's hard to imagine this happening without a foreskin don't, right? When you hug someone, but you have a boner. OMG, that happened to guys I know before lol. Unwanted or unexpected, and awkwardly timed boners. Ah, that would be annoying. Sometimes getting an erection that's so hard it can be nearly painful, or not be able to get it up for relations. Even though you're super into the person, and attracted to them. I'm not talking ed issues either, just once in a while it doesn't want to perform, and it can be awkward. Or when it's like, almost hard enough for a good time, like mon lol guy. What's wrong? Alternatively being able to get it up fine, doing the deed and such, and your brain gets distracted by some random thought, and you are unable to reach completion. Like, at all. Bruh, I get painful boners all the time. I have to bend it to relieve the pain. Can't have an orgasm without a bunch of white stuff coming out. Lol. Probably the biggest problem your average teenage guy has, how the hell to clean up all that baby juice, and he always wants to go to sleep after he has thrown up. Being judged for its size by people of both sexes, for which there is absolutely nothing you can do about. Worse yet, being called a pervert when you have a random involuntary erection during the teenage years. Being seen as useless when not able to get an erection when you get old. Hey, nice ding dong bro. When I was a kid, we were at this weird ass Boy Scouts camp where for some reason they had all the kids get naked and shower in an open locker room style shower. This sounds way freaking weirder than I remember it, now that I type it out. Anyway, at one point, I got a boner for whatever reason. My mind for sure wasn't old enough to process anything sexual by that point. So I'm super confused, and then one of the chaperones starts screaming at me, "Get out of the shower. What are you doing?" I remember that situation randomly sometimes. It used to really bother me, but now it just confuses me. Being judged for its size by people of both sexes, for which there is absolutely nothing you can do about. Big ones, small ones, large ones, light ones, thick ones, thin ones, pointed right ones, eeny meeny miny round ones, extra weighty 20-pound ones, shrunken, sunken, foreskin tipped ones, dark and veiny, mighty ripped ones, huge and bulky, hefty sized ones, teeny, tiny, small but prized ones. Dicks are varied, dicks are many, dicks are all, and dicks are any, wide or weeny, large or lacking, no one chooses what they're packing. A girl spread a rumor that I got a boner for our math teacher. Was a random boner. I never lived it down the whole time I attended that school. Small dick energy, baby dick. Bet has compensating. All the time in popular media, even in mucking Shrek. And given how averages work, is it any wonder male depression is so rampant? Yet I can't count how many times I've seen "love your labia" and acceptance for ugly vaginas. Or acceptance for breast sizes. But there's not going to be a change in mentality for a long mucking time, because the moment you point out how trucked it is, you're immediately assumed to just be defending your own small wiener, and for some reason your point is less valid. Having to wear tight underwear to keep it from putting on a show, when I'm wearing thin pants. Oh, you're wearing those pants. It's showtime. It stands at attention at the weirdest times. County bus whenever I sat over the rear wheel wells. That was weird. No unusual sensation. No dirty thoughts. Erection solely from the frequency of the vibration. In my mid-20s, and had to do the nonchalant backpack over groin walk at my stop. Over and over until I made the connection. Sometimes you give it a shake after peeing, then put it back in your pants and apparently you didn't shake enough and whoops. You now have anywhere from a few drops to a nice warm tablespoon of pee in your pants. Now imagine you're wearing grey sweatpants, and you can't hide it. Probably the biggest inconvenience honestly, no matter how much you try and shake it out sometimes there is more. I switched to boxer briefs that are a polyester blend and it doesn't happen anymore though. Probably because they make it hug my leg more and points it down. Cotton boxers were the worst for it though. It's a weak spot that everyone knows about. Sometimes when you try to ignore a boner it just gets harder to the point where it hurts. I've read somewhere that a trick is to contract repeatedly your legs muscles to stop an erection. In theory it makes sense, because you would need more blood in your legs and I've tried it sometimes. But it's not reliable. Having to guard it with your hand so it doesn't touch the inside of a toilet bowl when you try to take a deuce. Look at Mr. Big Ding Dong over here. Have you ever had it accidentally touch the side of the toilet bowl in a public place? I've never felt so much dread in my life. I just flop it over my leg. Of course then I have to worry about it touching the bathroom floor, which is just as gross. Size drastically fluctuates based on temperature. Also, laying on your stomach doesn't feel the greatest. There was shrinkage. Not just temperature, but state of mind as well. So true. I remember coming back from playing football in the winter and it looked like a turtle hiding in its shell. School presentations. Just use it as your pointer. When he gets in the driver's seat, we sometimes go down the wrong road. I have no idea what you just said, but this needs to be framed and hung up on the wall of a cheap motel in a country where nobody speaks English. On this highway, every exit is also an entrance. When you have to take it off and plug it in every time you go to poop. Not funny. I have nightmares of unscrewing it and losing the damn thing. Drop mine in the toilet and sink constantly. It really is smarter to get the insurance at the time of sale. I woke up this morning with a bad hangover and my willy was missing again. This happens all the time. It's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time. I can leave it home when I think it's gonna get me in trouble. Or I can rent it out when I don't need it. But now and then I go to a party, get drunk, and the next morning I can't for the life of me remember what I did with it. First I looked around my apartment, and I couldn't find it, so I called up the place where the party was, and they hadn't seen it either. I ask them to check the medicine cabinet because for some reason I leave it there sometimes. But not this time. So I told them if it pops up to let me know. And I called a few people who were at the party. But they were no help either. I was starting to get desperate. I really don't like being without my willy for too long. It makes me feel like less of a man. And I really hate having to sit down every time I take a leak. After a few hours of searching the house and calling everyone I could think of, I was starting to get very depressed. So I went to the Kiev and ate breakfast. Then as I walked down 2nd Avenue towards Street Mark's place, where all those people sell used books and other junk on the street, I saw my willy lying on a blanket next to a broken toaster oven. Some guy was selling it. I had to buy it off him. He wanted T22. But I talked him down to 17. I took it home, washed it off, and put it back on. I was happy again, complete. People sometimes tell me I should get it permanently attached. But I don't know. Even though sometimes it's a pain in the ass, I like having a detachable willy. It can influence some really poor decisions. Really the worst thing. Blood enough to run the brain or the dick, but not both fr. The constant irrational fear that it will somehow get cut off in some unimaginable way. Yes, the dick guillotine fear. Can definitely relate. It's got a mind of its own. You want it to be up. No way you want it to be down cause you're in front of you class. You can bet your ass that female dog is going a mile up edit. Did not expect a comment about DX to get past 2k upvotes. GOUPVOTE a more worthy comment. Also when it goes up during a funeral. That dreaded morning wood is so embarrassing. I heard it goes up during class, work presentations because your blood pressure rises when you're nervous. I've never called my pen 15 a biatch lol. Might now. Good trick. Flex any other muscle in your body so the blood rushes elsewhere. Mine has been trained pretty well, especially after reading a lot of these comments. Hey boss. Sh's hot. I know dude. Go solve math problem. Or think about what we're making for dinner tonight. Hey dude. Yeah boss. Time to shine. Woohoo. The only time this is different is when a girl/woman puts her hand on or near my groin. Then there's no stopping my buddy. It's like petting a high energy dog. That's how you find out you have a humiliation fetish. It's tricky to have a boner while teaching. Some call it weird. Hi dem. Yep. NSFW this whole thread right? Last month I had a girl going down on me who wanted it rough as gagging and me forcing her head etc. She tells me she wanted to swallow my milk, so a minute later my dick asks for the check and leaves. I made the poor girl cry, thinking she was to blame for it. No matter how hard I tried to console her, while being ashamed the whole time. TLDR, sometimes your dick is a dick. Trying to sleep whilst having a word down below isn't that great. Oh why? What's the difference between light and hard? You can sleep with the light on. It's like a kickstand. Sigh fine. Picks up phone. That reminds me of the old joke. What's the difference between a light on and a hard on? A man can sleep with a light on. What's the difference between light and hard? You can sleep with a light on. When this happens I go pee regardless of if I actually need to go pee, and for some reason, it usually dies down. Especially when you're half asleep and start to fiddle with it for some reason. As we say in my country, do as Vladimir Putin, rub one out and get to sleepin'. You just have to shake it off. I shake it off whoa. I just frick my bed. This happened to me last night. Just won't go away. Keeps you from rolling out of bed. On the plus side, taking care of it helps you sleep. Sometimes you get a boner so hard it hurts. Had a vivid dream I was with my girlfriend at the time and her twat was like a steamroller, dragging my entire body in by the dick. I fully felt my entire body compressing, and the pain of it. Woke up and I was lying on my boner crushing it beneath my full weight. Traumatizing stuff. When you have to wrap it around your waist like a belt before leaving the house. Yeah, it sucks in summer. Can't wear shorts or it hangs out. I'd say the dick isn't the worst part. Balls are 100x worse. Yup. Try getting hit in the balls actually. Better not to. It's a nauseating pain. I cringe just thinking about it. For example, I once jumped on my bike in exactly the wrong way. Also got hit by a soccer ball once. Junk just gets funky sometimes, no matter how hygienic you are. Some baby powder and there goes a long way. Never considered baby powder. Do dudes actually do this? Really, just having one in the first place is annoying enough. Anyone want one? Free to a good home. I'll take it. If you take my boobs, I would like it. I haven't added to my collection in a while. Cold hands during winter and having to go pee. I used to work outside in the winter. It's like trying to catch a night crawler before it retreats to its hole when you're trying to get 2 inches of Peter out of 3 inches of clothes. Finding pants that fit comfortably in the front. Not kidding or embellishing. This is a real issue. Unless we wear sweats or PJs, I can't dance in these jeans. There's no ballroom. I went sweat pants only a few years ago. I keep a few nice-ish pairs for when I have to dress up at like a job interview or a funeral or something. Your sense of fashion isn't more important to me than my balls. Even if you aren't well endowed. The design of pants have changed over the years and some brands just make the crotch too high. Stretched jeans and pants are the way to go. Look up David Burton jeans. They sell them at masses in 540 and I swear up and down by them. They are the best thing you'll ever wear and you won't want to get anything else. I once found a pair of nice jeans that fit amazingly. Went back the next week and bought 4 more of the same. Still have 1 more left. That's not completely ripped or otherwise destroyed. And I'm dreading the day I have to shop for new pants. It's hard sometimes. I cannot tell you how far I scrolled looking for this answer. Badum TSS. This comment is so underrated. I even heard the music playing in my head as I read it. It also has its ups and downs. I feel you, brother. r/angry upvote. Only sometimes. When you can't sit comfortably without cracking the eggs. Oof, didn't think of that. Then getting accused of manspreading just cuz that's naturally more comfortable for us lol. Hello Mr. Big Balls. Manspreading isn't just guys being guys. It's guys not wanting to sit on their own balls. Bike accidents. I'm amazed I had to scroll this far to find this answer. If it's a wild day, you gotta swing him a little bit and then sit down. Your profile picture and your choice of metaphor go together a little too well. Do women get wet without being horny? Because holy poop. It's so damn annoying to get random erections for literally no reason. This thing has a life of its own. Yes, lubrication happens for many reasons, including sexual excitement. However, different times during the month. There are functional changes. Vaginal mucus thins out mid-month to make pregnancy more viable. Plus vagina self-clean, and as such there is discharge. It can be annoying as hell. The sound of it slapping against your legs as you run down the stairs. Do you wear Ike bags as underwear? Look at Slappy McBigDick over here. My dog is at the perfect height for a well-timed tail wag to destroy my nuts. Sword fight? Happens to my husband too. I try not to laugh, but it happens at least once a day. My dog loves to say good morning to my roommate with a nudge to his nuts. He doesn't like it. Great Dane problems. It's literally a whip. Scared me with the first half of that sentence. My little cousin likes to greet people by punching them. Usually it's no problem, since hair's not that strong. But I'm just the right height. What? Wait until you have kids. I've never been hit more in the nuts than I have by my kids and I'm an ice hockey goalie. I hate this. And depending on the dog, it can be anything from a slight pain to being immobilized. My dogs are smaller, but they like to jump up and greet me. Dick punch every time. I felt that, and I don't even have a dog. When it gets hard you can show it off. I'll have you know I used to show off my bonus to very positive reviews back in my 20s. Take a picture. And when someone asks to see it but it isn't a good time, send them the picture instead. Women can show as much cleavage as they want except the nipple. Men should be able to show everything except the tip. I think that would be fair. There's subreddits for that, if you actually wanted to. Louis CK has entered the chat. Isn't the best time to show it off is when it is hard? OMG lol. But you can show it off when it's flaccid? How does that work? Who says? Other dudes being toxic and trying to compare their size to you, as if you have any choice in how big you are. And they are mega toxic. If you are bigger than them, if you can't see their dick, don't believe them. Guys always lie about size. I remember in 8th grade all the guys in the locker room were saying how big they were. Every guy going around the circle was saying like 7 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, 6.5 inches, 7 inches. After class I was like, that can't be right. We were all 14. I went home and googled the average size for our age and it was 4.5 inches LMAO, or girls. Like bro, you literally have negative dick and you're calling mine small. That's some small clitoris energy. Shrimp gang baby, it ain't about the size of THR ship. It's about the motion of the ocean. They just want an excuse to look at your sklang. What 0 inches does to for? I do not miss that period of life. I'm very much a grower rather than a shower. When it's flaccid it's pretty much non-existent. This leads to 2 annoyances. Sometimes if I pee sitting down without due care and attention, the angle of the stream goes between the toilet seat and the bowl. It either trickles down the front of the toilet, which is annoying, but not too difficult to clean up. Or if the universe is against me that day, it sprays out all over my trousers/underwear. Extra annoying if I'm not at home. The other thing is that, after pulling back the foreskin to pee, when I put it back in place it sometimes traps and pulls a couple of particularly long pubes. Other than those and the occasional awkward boner, having a dick has been pretty great for me. The peeing down the front of the seat is a FKN nightmare. Combine this with performance anxiety, and every time you get a girl in bed you're like, it's good size. And I use it well, but not tonight. Fancy another date. Also, I'm circumcised and the way the inside of my pants rubs against the tip of my dick when in bicycling doesn't feel good at all. I saw somewhere once the average male grows 50% larger during an erection, which confused me greatly cause I was like 50%. More like triples. That happens with all dicks. Because it doesn't just hang there pointing down like gravity intended. No, God had to play a trick on his and have it point slightly out and down. So when you pee sitting down the steam shoots directly into the front of the toilet bowl and the piss shrapnel does the same thing. As well as also shooting back all over your crotch. When the hair gets caught in the foreskin and gets pulled, but you are in a public place or talking to some females. If it's my male friends around, I will do the adjustment over the pant. You have to endure the pain till you reach a private spot where you can adjust. The reason why a hairy man like me has only my armpits, body odor and balls shaved. Thank God it isn't just me. I find that the only way to prevent this is to trim your hair to a length slightly shorter than your most flaccid length, so that it won't ever have a chance of getting caught when your erection fades to its flaccid state. Yep, it was one of the reasons I even started shaving in the first place. And after that it gets really itchy when growing back, so I've been shaving since. Yes. Even if I trim, I don't like shaving too much. Hair still manages to somehow always houdini its way deep into fish licking my foreskin. You ever just slip your hands into your pockets to secretly adjust its position only for it to fail and get worse? Or having super loose underwear? God, that sucks. The pain can be excruciating. I keep things trimmed very short now because of that.